I mean, it's awesome. It's official. It's really cool to have in downtown Dallas. There's going to be a ton of people here, and just for it to be a reality. I mean, obviously, last September 1st was a big day, and then from a football standpoint, we've been operating since January 1, like we're already in the league. But for it to be official is just a really cool day to celebrate with the entire Mustang family.
And the last time around this announcement, you were getting ready for a football game. Do you get to enjoy this a little bit more?
A little bit more, yeah. I mean, obviously the last time around we were playing 24 hours, didn't want to blow that one. But no, I just think everything, the timing's great. The momentum behind our program and behind our university is at an all-time high with just all the success we're having on the university level, all the success we've had this year athletically, and then to be, kind of culminating that with a move to the ACC. I think I said it the other day in an article somewhere, like, I just think that for our fan base and for our alumni in our school, we have maybe a different level of appreciation and gratitude for this moment because we've been on this stage before 29 years ago. And now, when you have something, you lose it, you kind of have a little maybe greater appreciation for it than maybe someone who's never had it before. And so I just think it's a really cool day that our program and our school's been a little bit revitalized officially, and we're excited about the future.
You mentioned you've been operating like an ACC program since January 1st. Now it's official. What changes? Did anything change? What's
Yeah,
next,
I mean, for us, like I said, we've been operating since January, like in recruiting and working at that level with everybody knowing we're going to play in the league this year. And now here we are about 22, 23 days away from reporting for fall camp. So I don't know if today changes anything on what we've been preparing for the last 6 months, other than it's just official. And it's just another day to celebrate. Recruiting's heating up right now, so all those reminders never hurt. I think, though, until we play a full season in the league, not a whole lot's going to change at this point.
There's been so much talk in the lead up to this, and like you said, you've been acting as if you're already in the league for several months now. But as you get ready for the first season, have there been changes in the way you recruit, the way you're training? What kind of changes in the preparation for your first season do you all make?
Yeah, most of the changes is in recruiting and staffing. Like the way you train, the way you prepare, I mean, that doesn't change, Obviously, we're in a different league. We're going up in weight class, and our peers have all been in this league or at this level for the last 29 years. So there'll be some adjustments. I think in a lot of ways we're going to surprise some people, but I also think in a lot of ways we're going to learn a lot about ourselves and maybe where we measure up. And after this first year, we'll know where we need to improve, what we need to get better at. But from the recruiting standpoint, is what's changed because, the conference affiliation at this level was kind of the last thing we needed. We'd been winning. We're in the city. The school's been doing great. A lot of kids in Texas and a lot of kids in Dallas want to stay home or want to come to SMU, but they want to play on the biggest stage. And we didn't have that, and now we do. And so that's been the biggest change because now the recruiting battles we're in are different battles. You know what I mean? You get what you ask for. And who we're going to compete with on Saturdays is now who we compete with for players, especially out of the high school level. We were already kind of competing that way in the transfer portal, but now this time of year when you're recruiting the 2025 class and starting the 2026 class, just from man and woman power in the recruiting office to the type of kids we go after to just the grind, it's just a different level, and that's what we wanted.
Since you've coached at SMU, you've always talked about relationships you have with coaches at other schools.
Yeah.
You're coaching with them or against them. Do you have relationships like that in the ACC? And have they given you sort of a roadmap of how to get through the conference? Or they shut it down?
No, they're not giving me a roadmap now. They're very welcoming to being in the conference, but if we're playing them, they're not handing out any roadmaps. No, a lot of good friends, guys that I've coached against or with. I mean, Manny Diaz is an easy one at Duke. I've known Pat Narduzzi for a very, very long time. Mike Norvell and I go way back, and on and on and on. So they've been great. Coaches, we all understand what we all go through. So if we're not playing each other, we a lot of times can find common ground. So they've been great, welcoming, but no roadmap per se as far as that goes.
What's the conversation been like with your players and the current team as this day finally arrived for them as well?
Well, I mean, again, for our current players, we've been working since January like we're here. So this is a celebration day, but there's nothing I told them different today or last week than I've been telling them since January. I think they know the challenge at hand. I think we feel like we're going to add a lot to the league, and the league's going to obviously add a lot to our institution. We feel like we're going to be able to compete. But, you got to look realistically. The four schools, I've said it, went to the Big 12 last year. Not one of them had a winning record. You look at the people who've done this well in the last decade. Kyle Whittingham at Utah has done a great job. I think they went 8-5 his first year and then had back-to-back losing seasons right after it. And yet they did a great job of transitioning quickly and winning championships in the Pac-12. Gary Patterson did a great job, but he went 7-6 year one and had a losing season the next year before they kind of got their footing. So I think there's a balance between we have high expectations of ourselves. We feel like we're going to be very competitive. At the same time, again, it's a transition. And like I said, we won't know till we get on the field kind of where we stand and how much ground we have to make up. But I do know this, us getting in the ACC at SMU in Dallas and what we're doing is going to allow us to very quickly propel ourselves where we want to be. And that's at the top of college football again, where we feel like we can belong. And so it's just a matter of how long, not if.